We just got back from holiday yesterday and I am in that horrible place, not physically, very happy to be home, but mentally, where I want to get back into a good routine, you know, get back into some structure. I want to clean the place, like deep clean from top to bottom. I want to get rid of everything, start again, but I'm too tired. I'm exhausted. Why is it that holidays always leave us more tired than before we left? But anyway, I want to talk about some realizations, not all of them pleasant, that I've had while I've been away, and some things that are going to be changing. Let's go. Maybe it's just me, but when I get back from somewhere, one of the first things I like to do is to just shed a layer of skin. Like, I really just want to literally physically scrub myself from head to toe. I think part of that is because, you know, when you're traveling anywhere, whether that be by car like we did, or train, plane, whatever, it's usually a sweaty, clammy, unpleasant experience. So when I get back, I like to just wash off. So just had a hot shower, like I said, scrubbed myself from head to toe, and now I'm just going through my toiletries bag, emptying out and putting away all of this stuff. There are certain things that kind of always stay in this bag, like I only use them when I'm traveling. So anti-anxiety medication for when I'm flying, thankfully didn't need it this time. CBD gummies, honestly, I don't think they do anything for me, but I bought those last time I was flying. Melatonin, again, I was hoping that they would help me sleep on the plane. Nope. But various different things, masks, little like floss sticks, things like that, dental stuff. Actually, I need this, take that out. Yeah, it's just that kind of that physical cleansing of oneself, because I find that holidays are almost like a temporal marker in the year. You know, they're kind of like New Year's or your birthday. It's one of those fresh start things. You come back and you are kind of ready to get into a routine, and you're ready to change certain things, and you have maybe like a different perspective, or you feel relaxed and rejuvenated, or the opposite, drained and exhausted, like ready to kind of recharge again. I've come back definitely with a new perspective, and like I said, not all of that has been a good realization. I'm like reviewing, reevaluating certain things. But yeah, let me just throw away all of this stuff. So that's all that. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, we're ignoring the messy bed for now because I'm going to get to it in a minute. But one of the good realizations I had while I was away, I actually had this realization before I went away, but kind of the trip solidified it for me, and that is that I really want to get back to writing more. And writing for me means typing. But one of the silly, ridiculous things that hinders me in that regard is my nails. They get so long that it makes typing not only awkward and uncomfortable, but they get to a certain length where it's actually painful. Like, they grow to a certain length where while I'm typing, I'm not really typing with the pads of my fingers anymore. I'm typing with the actual nail. And doing this over and over again is actually painful. Like, I get pains down my fingers. I know that's a bit silly, but it also stops me playing the harp, just sitting over here in the corner, that I haven't played in a long time, because again, it's something that you need kind of shorter nails for. But these grow ridiculously quickly. They become a hindrance. There's a big part of me that thinks, not that thinks, that knows from lots of research and reading I've done, and it's something that I'm trying to implement in my life, but your environment dictates a lot of how you live. Like, it dictates a lot of your routines and your habits and what you do and what you don't do. Like, things that are easier for you to do, you're more likely to do. Things that are harder for you to do, you're less likely to do. And I've been trying to set up my environment for success as much as possible, and making certain things easier for myself. And even though this is kind of one of those silly things, it's still something I can do that is going to make it easier for me to actually sit down and not just start typing, but to keep typing for a long time, you know, that I won't stop after a certain amount of time because it's painful. Hi, doggy. Hello. Jovi is very glad to be back. Aren't you? You found it very stressful, all that traveling. We road tripped this time. It's the first kind of family road trip we've done, and we decided to take her with us, which was a great idea in theory, and I am glad that we took her, but it was very awkward in the sense that, number one, we couldn't really leave her anywhere. When we were staying with my in-laws, we could, like, they would look after her, but when we were staying in hotels and stuff, we could not do that. She likes the butt scratches. No, don't leave the camera alone. Yeah, when we were in hotels and stuff, we couldn't just leave her in her hotel room. She was really stressed out, just by the new environment, like different noises she could hear. My in-laws' dog did not like her at all. Didn't like her being in her space. Back it up, or down, okay, whatever. I know you're very glad to be home, aren't you? Okay, let me get on with the business of clipping. No. Pull these out of the dryer. Apparently I had dried them before I left and then just abandoned them, so that's another load of clothes that I have to fold and put away. Hooray. Another realization that I had while I was away, and this one was not a very pleasant one, was how I don't know, how messy my home is, like how we don't have good cleaning routines around this place. And it's funny because if you had asked me a month ago, like before we went on the trip, how I felt about the house in terms of clutter, tidiness, etc., I would have said like we were in a good place. Like I would have thought, you know, I have decluttered a lot, that I was reasonably happy with the amount of stuff that we had, that obviously, you know, our home wasn't perfect or anything, there was still lots of room for improvement, but I felt that we had come a long way and that things were manageable and that we were keeping on top of things, and then we went away. Some of it is just like post-holiday stuff, you know, we came back and we've got bags sitting around. I actually want to empty this. That was the backpack that I brought like my toiletries and my tech stuff in. But yeah, I immediately wanted to burn the house down, start all over again. Most of it just comes down to too much stuff, like plain and simple. I've just come back to this house with a fresh perspective, a fresh set of eyes. A random apple in here. Pretty sure there's an orange in here too. Yeah, I spoke to my husband about it, and well, we've both agreed that we're going to start doing, so we currently do, just the two of us, budget meetings every month, and it's something that we've only recently just done. So we've only done a few of them, but we found it really helpful in terms of like keeping on top of our finances and where our money is going, and you know, setting goals for ourselves, and that has been really, really helpful. So we are now thinking about doing family meetings where we sit down maybe once a month or so and just kind of discuss routines and habits and ground rules, and create and maintain a home that we want to live in, a home that we're proud of, and not just in terms of like tidying and organizing, because yawn, I don't want like that to be the sole focus of it, but what can we do together as a family to create a wonderful space, but also to create time for each other, create memories like we did while we were away. But a huge amount of it is going to come down to decluttering. I thought I was done with it. Not completely done, but like I said, I thought we were in a good place, and now that I've come back and I've seen the disaster, I realize we still have so much work to do. I'm at that stage where like I don't mind unpacking, as in taking the stuff out of the bags, but actually putting it all away. Ugh, most of this stuff can just go in here. I have this little drawer where I keep all my charging cables and stuff, and it's very handy to just have them all together. So my cables and stuff done. Oh, fed up. Fed up. Oh, I'm ready for a clean start. I'm ready for fresh slate. Turning over a new leaf. Starting again. So I've dealt with those clothes, but I'm not gonna lie, the other ones are still in the dryer, and there's still a handful of things down here that I haven't yet dealt with, including the apple and the orange. And I still need to put away the suitcase and the backpack, but I kind of got a little bit derailed. My mother called. I was chatting to her for a good while. My dad he's still doing well after his transplant. His blood work is still a little bit not great, so they're monitoring that, and he has a big scan on Tuesday, so that's in 2 days, to see if his cancer has come back, so like to make sure he is still cancer free. The dog is down here beside me sighing away because I won't play with her. I am going to plan out the coming week, lie down, slouch down, and kind of make up a new, slightly altered weekly schedule for myself. Try and get myself back into the swing of things. I'm very conscious of a big mistake that I usually make, which is trying to take on too much at once. Like in my head, I want to catch up on all of this stuff. I have a lot of emails to reply to. I have some kind of tax stuff to sort out. And just like wanting to clean the house from top to bottom. In my head, I would do all of that this week. But in reality, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to get like all the things done, and certainly not in the next week. So I want to try and be realistic with this and just break things down into bite-sized chunks and chip away at them as much as I can. Get this one back into a good routine. She's just like beside me like, ooh. She doesn't know whether she's coming or going. I'm trying not to do too many crazy things. She's particularly sensitive to me packing bags and stuff, so while I've been unpacking, I've kind of been conscious of the fact that she might think that there's something else going on and that we're going again, so I've tried to spend a little bit more time with her today and just kind of give her some extra attention, some reassurance, but yeah, hopefully she knows now that she can settle. But yeah, planning time, and like I said, get myself into a good frame of mind, figure out what it is that I want to do, and yeah, hit the ground running. I feel like one more really good sleep and one solid day of work tomorrow, as in catching up work, laundry, tidying, etc., will definitely help make me feel like I am getting back on track, regaining control of things. And yeah, after that, it should be a matter of just slowly sliding back into my regular routine while incorporating some hopefully new and improved routines. If you want to see some of my other reset videos, I do weekly resets, I do monthly resets, etc., you can find them here. And I've just realized that I never actually got around to dressing this bed. So just live. Until next time, go raibh míle maith agaibh agus feici mé sibh go luath. Slán!